Follow up, we don't hear you talking about borrowing very much anymore. Have you given up that
No, I haven't. First of all, the word is not really borrowing, it's restructuring an existing debt. It's not like we're borrowing new money. Our state owes money already to many small businesses, to Metra that runs the trains, to universities like the University of Illinois. We already owe the money. When I became governor, our state owed about $10 billion to all these various vendors across Illinois. We want to pay that debt off. We think it's better that the state of Illinois bear that burden rather than have all these small businesses and employ people have to wait 6-8 months to have their bills paid. I think this is just plain old common sense for having the state to do it at a lower interest than having private entities pay high interest.
You had previously bills introduced again?
Well, the way we've tried to do it now is we have an emergency so that we can get this extra federal money for health care. We want to use that, number one, as our top priority for restructuring the debt that we owe. That's why we need our legislators of both parties to work together with our office to get this done so we can get literally tens of millions of dollars that are available to Illinois, but if we don't apply and get it done by the 30th of June, you can't wait till the last minute, by the way, you got to get it done before then. If we don't do that, we're going to lose that money, and that's not the way you run, I think, things in a proper manner.
What do lawmakers have to do, and is that separate then from the restructuring?
Well, we have, my budget director have sat down with the state treasurer, with the comptroller, with the legislative leaders of both parties in both houses, and laid out a plan for us to at least restructure the health care debt and save us tens of millions of dollars. Now they got, there's some in Springfield, I fear, that feel that this is all about politics and you make deals and all that. This is about everyday people and their jobs and businesses that are owed money by the state of Illinois. They're owed it right now, and we need to pay it back. And our economy is perking up. We have a long way to go, but we've had 13 straight months of declining unemployment. We had the fourth highest job creation rate in the whole country last year in Illinois, number one in the Midwest. What we talked about today is jobs, jobs, and jobs. And that really is the key issue, I think, for the people of Illinois. By having the state restructure its debt, we're helping jobs right here in our own backyard.
But to pay for the medical portion of it, then how much is the state looking to do in borrowing? And
well,
is that over 14 years?
No. It would be a shorter period, and it would be a couple billion, about $2 billion. To make sure we meet our match for the federal government to match the money and give us extra money. The law is set up that on June 30th, the extra federal sort of bonus goes away. And why would we give that up? I can't understand it. I talked to the legislative leaders of both, definitely of the Republican Party. I can't understand why they wouldn't want to get this money. I'm disappointed in them. They have to get moving. Instead of playing politics.
And would the borrowing be repaid with the portion of the income tax increase still?
Yeah, we have the resources available to pay back the borrowing. It was set aside in the revenue bill to pay for any kind of debt restructuring.
So are you looking for this as you said, to get the money up front, but are you willing to then, what happens with the rest of those bills? You still want
I think we need to restructure the debt and get people who are, have maximum opportunity in Illinois this year to have the greatest job growth we've had in a long time. We have an unemployment rate of 8.9%. That's still way too high. I want to knock it down, and I think everybody in our state wants to knock it down. The real issue in our state is jobs and economic growth. That's the very best way to close any budget deficit, at the federal level or at the state level. So my number one mission is economic growth and jobs for hardworking men and women. We need to make sure our middle class is strong in Illinois. We cannot have the recession take away a middle class standard of life from people, and we got to battle every day to make sure we have good jobs.
Governor, what about